Everyone, I need your help. Where have my eyes and ears been? Mario Odyssey? I don't think so. The new Kirby game on the Switch? I guess it looks pretty good. Miitopia. Oh yeah, it was Miitopia! Yes, Miitopia. That strange little RPG Nintendo's got cooking up in that stew over there. Ever since this was a weird little Japanese game that we barely knew anything about, I wanted it. I mean, it's a game about Miis going on an adventure. And then whenever we found out it was an RPG with a ton of unique mechanics, oh boy, I went insane. And on top of all that, they released a demo, and probably the best demo ever released on the 3DS eShop. It essentially lets you play an entire world of the game, and if you haven't played it yet, please give it a try because it was so much fun. So yeah, I'm extremely hyped for this game. But then again, there was another Mii game that I was extremely hyped for. Tomodachi Life. If you've seen my top 5 disappointing games, then I'm very sorry, my apologies. And second, well, you would know that I hate Tomodachi Life. The first week I got the game, I was pretty much disappointed by the second day because of how quick everything happened. Nothing exciting ever happened, and whenever something exciting did happen, it was over in a flash. And I pretty much saw everything the game had to offer within a week. The only benefit I got from playing Tomodachi Life was the knowledge that I should never overhype games. Then again, Tomodachi Life was just a big pool of false advertising. And trust me, I do not want Miitopia to turn out the same way. And upon playing the demo, I'm pretty sure it won't, but there are a few concerns I have for it. Of course, there are a lot of things I liked about the demo, but I have a feeling that there's some things that could become a major annoyance in the future. Let's start with talking about the pros. As for what I liked about the demo, well, just the fact that you get to select the Miis to go on this grand adventure. And it's not just party members, you also get to select who plays the villain and other characters throughout the story. So my grand Miitopia tale is a tale about my brothers, my best friend, and I all going on a grand journey to stop the evil Professor Pickle from stealing people's faces. A game about getting your friends together to go stop an evil overlord. Doesn't that just sound cool? You are part of the story, which is why I like Mii games to begin with. But the main thing that matters is gameplay. How is the gameplay? It's kind of both ways. I can see this as being a very relaxing game to play because you don't actually go around yourself. You select a little plot of land to go adventuring on, and all of your Miis just, walk, and that's it. Occasionally they run into a fork in the road, or find a treasure chest, or sometimes they battle an enemy. The only sort of input that you make in these parts is which path they go down, whether or not they take the treasure, and how you fight your enemies. The battle system is super fun, but I can see it being a major annoyance. Pros and cons on the battle system, eh? Well, it's first off super entertaining by seeing all of your attacks in action. Not to mention learning new attacks by leveling up and raising your stats. And the game can sometimes play in your favor. I'm not so sure how difficult this game's going to be, but I think it should be a bit on the easy side for something I'm just about to complain about. So anyways, the game is favored towards your side, at least in the demo or opening sections. You are given sprinkles to heal your MP and HP and stuff. And you have a limited amount per, area you go to. There's also a safe spot so you can heal a ton of HP and MP, but that team member that you put in the safe spot isn't going to be able to attack. But here's the thing that I can see as a major annoyance. You only can control your team leader. Everyone else is controlled by a computer player. Now, of course, I guess this makes sense for the certain skills that the Miis can have depending on their personality or class. Like, cool characters being able to dodge attacks or deal extra damage. It makes sense that that's based off random chance because it's kind of like a skill activating in a Fire Emblem game. But special attacks and regular attacks are also controlled by the computer player. Good thing I made my leader into the team mage, because otherwise I'm pretty sure the computer player would have been too conservative with their MP and just attack with their stick all the time. Or they could be a magic whore and use up all of their MP and waste all of our items.
Bill! 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 Bill!
Now of course I have full control over all the magic since I made my character into the maid. But what about characters such as clerics? I don't rely on the computer player to heal me at the right time. One of my party members is a chef, and even whenever I'm on low HP, he just uses the flambe attack instead, whenever he should be cooking up a meal to heal my character. And in boss fights, these Miis love using up all their special attacks. One of the characters I made into a warrior spams jump slash all the time. In boss fights, of course. That's one thing I will give them credit for. At least the computer players aren't exactly stupid. But I have a bad feeling in the future, whenever you have to battle harder bosses, that they're going to put you in a dangerous situation. In one of the last bosses in the demo, well, all my characters just kept on using up all their MP, while one of the characters I made into a pop star wouldn't use up any of their MP. Now, I never lost a battle because of this, because it's a relatively easy game, at least from what I can tell now. But I don't want my Miis screwing me over in the future. But I want to talk positively about the game. So let's go ahead and talk about the whole nature system. Whenever you create a new character, you can have their certain personality apply towards that character. And it's kind of like having a skill in a Fire Emblem game, as I mentioned earlier. They don't use up any MP, but they activate randomly. One of my characters has a kind personality, and occasionally he walks up to one of the enemies, asks them if they're hurt, and he either gets punched in the face or the enemy runs away. So I'll give that game that. I like the personality nature. Oh yeah, by the way, the warrior with a cool personality is overpowered, to say the least. Not only can the cool personality do extra damage with attacks, but they can also occasionally dodge attacks. And let me tell you, the warrior is a pretty good tank. So I don't have anything too particularly wrong with the whole personality system. Besides, I feel like that there are a few attacks that have a bit of risk and reward in them. But something I find incredibly neat in this game is what happens whenever you reach the end of an area. All of your characters go stay in an inn. You can put them in certain rooms together so that you can hopefully increase their friendship, which has them learn group attacks if they level up their friendship. The group attacks are incredibly neat to learn because I like seeing all of these bond together. Not to mention, the group attacks themselves are pretty useful, such as showing off to do extra damage. Something really cool about the inns is also you can feed your Miis food that can raise their stats. That's neat. You can even play games for reward money and stuff. Or go shopping for some armor, which can be annoying because sometimes the Miis won't buy what you want them to buy. Because most of the time, they just buy a banana. Nothing to fret about, they do give you your money back, but it gets annoying because you can only buy something for them once per inn they stay at. But yeah, it's super satisfying getting to an inn and just doing all the stuff you can do there, and then go on another adventure. Also, I noticed this just once or twice, but whenever you pair one character with another character for too long, another character in your party will get jealous. I have a feeling that this is just some kind of warning for the future, because every time this happened, I just put that character back with the character who's jealous. But yeah, I can only assume it's some kind of warning, because something I've seen them show off in one of the trailers was some of the Miis getting in the way of others' attacks. I think that's a cool system to balance out just pairing one character with another. Basically, you can't spam them together over and over again if that makes sense. But at the end of the day, all I want is just for this game to be unique without the uniqueness being annoying. Because from what all we've seen, it looks like that some of the unique stuff is going to make the game more irritating to play. But whenever I played the demo, all of that unique stuff never really made me mad. It just made me mildly agitated at most. But to wrap things up, all I want is a fun, unique RPG experience with my Miis. And during that experience, I don't want my Miis wasting all of their attacks on certain bosses, leaving me screwed over at the end. I don't want them always buying worthless stuff whenever I give them the money to buy something that could actually be of use. And finally, I want this to be a game that I can come back to over and over again. With all the unique classes and personalities and whatnot, I think that can make the game so much more fun, especially giving it a lot of replay value. As of now, I think we're on the right track. I can't wait till the game's finished, because I have a feeling this will be a great game. But I will make sure to ask myself not to get too hyped, because all of the things I've been worried about so far with that demo, I'm not very worried about anymore. Miitopia, you've got lots of potential. Do not waste it like Tomodachi Life did. I'm Luigi Magic NX, and screw everything else, my eyes and ears are all over Miitopia. Give us something great, Nintendo.